Texans? Welcome back to another episode of Texans Sports Minute. While a lot of us traveled to take a short vacation for spring break, the Tarleton athletes got to travel too, but not to the beach. While we were all relaxing, many Texans and Texans were hard at work. The Texan tennis team got to travel to Florida to take on a series of teams, then they got to face a slew of even more matches just in Texas this time. The women's golf team played 2 tournaments, including one in California. The Tarleton track and field team started off their outdoor season. The Texan softball and baseball teams have played many games since we last met, so we'll see how they've been doing. Let's start things off with tennis. The Texan tennis team got to travel to Florida over the break, but not to go to the beach. The Texans faced off against 3 different universities as they traveled through the state. The Texans would face off against the 15th ranked Nova Southeastern University Sharks. The Texans would battle but ultimately fall to the Sharks in a 6-3 loss. The next day, the Texans traveled from Fort Lauderdale, Florida to Melbourne, Florida to take on the Florida Tech Panthers. The Texans would have another hard-fought match, but ultimately lose another close one, 5-3. The Texans would then travel to West Palm Beach to take on the Sailfish. Things didn't start off very well for the Texans as they were almost swept in doubles after losing the number 2 and 3 spots. They were down 7-2 in the first match before winning 7 games in a row to take the doubles victory. The Texans fought hard in singles and eventually were tied 4-4 with the deciding match being in the hands of Elena Priodka, who battled and eventually notched the win for not only herself but also her team. After the Texans completed their road trips, they got to play on their home court right here in Stephenville. They faced off against the University of Cameron Aggies and had a very close match against the LSC opponent. The Texans were able to take a 2-1 advantage in doubles. Unfortunately, the Texans could only manage 2 more wins in singles before the Aggies eventually took the 5-4 victory. After that, the Texans traveled to San Antonio to take on the 14th ranked Drury University Panthers. The Panthers had a top 10 ranked doubles team and 44th best player in the nation who ultimately led the Panthers to a 7-2 victory over the Texans. After playing Drury, the Texans faced another top 25 team, the 12th ranked University of St. Mary's Rattlers. The Texans would start out in the best possible way as Luisa Ferrero-Autos and Elena Priodka took down the 6th best double team in the nation in an 8-4 victory. After the upset, the Texans notched another doubles win, this time by Alicia Barbaro and Tori Simmons. Although the Texans were up 2-1, they wouldn't be as fortunate in singles. Alicia Barbaro would be the only Texan to notch a win in the singles column before they fell to the Rattlers 6-3. The Texans will get back in action on Thursday when they take on Southern Nazarene University. The women's golf teams competed in 2 tournaments since we last met. First, they traveled to Wichita Falls to take part in the Midwestern State Invitational. The Texans finished 3rd at the tournament behind only Dallas Baptist and St. Mary's. Casey Wild and Lady Traylor both finished at a 4-way tie for 3rd, with Beatrice Prados finishing in 13th. The Texans finished ahead of all other Lone Star Conference teams playing in the tournament. The Texans didn't waste too much time before jumping back into action. They competed in the Otter Invitational. The Texans traveled all the way to Seaside, California to take place in the tournament. The Texans got off to a slow start as they were in 8th place at the end of the first day. The Texans picked things up, however, as they ended in 3rd overall in the tournament. 3 Texans ended in the top 10. Sarah Gee was first for the Texans with a 7th place finish. Beatrice Prados and Lady Traylor finished in the tie for 9th. Gee's finish was good enough to earn her 2nd LSC Golfer of the Week award. The Texans will get back in the swing of things on April 10th and 11th at the Mustang Invitational in Goodyear, Arizona. The Tarleton track and field team had a good outing in their first outdoor meet of the season. The Texans and Texans head to Kingsville to take part in the Cactus Cup, and they will leave with more than a few medals overall. The Texans and Texans both finished in 3rd for team scores. Tarleton's long-distance runners did exceptionally well. Caitlin Huckabee took home gold in the 5,000-meter run, and teammate Esmeralda Fuentes finished right behind her in 2nd, and also took home a silver in the 1,500-meter run. In the 800-meter run, Annalyn Carlton took home a silver medal. For the Texans, Yohan De Leon took home the gold medal in the 5,000-meter run, while Jared Elizondo finished right behind him in 2nd. In sprints, Kara Bickham finished in 1st in the 400-meter hurdles. Errol Baird finished in the 400-meter dash with a 2nd-place finish, and her teammate Ashley Johnson finished right behind her in 3rd. Colton Troutman finished in 3rd in the 400-meter run, and Zachary Pratt threw the hammer 47.66 meters to earn the 3rd-place medal. The Tarleton teams would then compete in the West Kitley Invitational. Many Texans and Texans were able to notch impressive finishes. Caitlin Huckabee placed 3rd in the 1,500-meter run, with teammate Esmeralda Fuentes not too far behind her with a 6th-place finish. Yohan De Leon also got a bronze medal in the 1,500-meter run with a time of 4 minutes and 2 seconds. Zachary Pratt finished in 2nd place in the shot put with a throw of 57 feet, 4.75 inches. Sophomore Rosellis Williams not only took home the gold medal in high jump after he cleared 6 feet 11 inches, but also set a record for the West Kitley Invitational. 4 members of the Tarleton track and field team will head to Austin to take part in the 90th Clyde Littlefield Texas Relays. 2 Texans competing will be Kara Bickham and Ariana Stiegel. Both will compete in the 400-meter hurdles. And for the Texans, Rosellis Williams will represent Tarleton in the high jump, and Zachary Pratt will take part in the shot put. The relays start today and will wrap up on Saturday. The Texan softball team is very hard at work as they played 14 games through the last met, 10 of which were against LC opponents. The Texans got to travel a lot in Oklahoma for spring break, where they took on the Cameron Aggies. The Texans would drop the first 2 games of the series 1-8 and 3-4 before taking the finale against the Aggies in a 4-2 win. After that series is over, the Texans got to play in their home field against Texas A&M International and would take away the 2 wins in the 2-game series. The Texans won the first with an 8-0 shutout before winning the next matchup 7-1. After those wins, the Texans would welcome a new opponent to Stephenville, the A&M Kingsville Javelinas. The Texans would drop the first game but win the next 2 in explosive fashion. With a 3-9 loss in the first matchup, the Texans would win the next 2 games 10-2 and 11-3 to win the series 2 games to 1. After that home series stretch, the Texans hit the road for the long drive to Silver City, New Mexico to take on the Western New Mexico Mustangs for a 4-game series. In the series, the Texans would score an unbelievable 52 runs throughout the 4-game stretch. The Texans would come away with a win in all 4 competitions, including a record-setting 25-1 rout of the Mustangs. After the sweep with Western New Mexico, the Texans traveled to Austin to take on University of St. Edwards. The Texans would play a 2-game doubleheader against the Hilltoppers and come away with both wins. Things were close throughout the 2 games, but the Texans would get the 2-1 win in the first matchup and the 2-0 shutout in the second to take their winning streak to 8 games. The Texans will look to extend their winning streak right here in Stephenville on Friday as they play a 3-game series against conference rival Angelo State. The Texans would also be hard at work, playing 11 games to their last episode, 8 of which being against LSC opponents. The Texans would start things off against the Cameron Aggies in Lawton, Oklahoma. The Texans would take 3 of the 4 games against the Aggies with an impressive 15-2 win to end the series. The Texans would then travel back to Stephenville to host non-conference opponent, the Lubbock Christian Chaparrals. This series would be close throughout the 3 games. Unfortunately, the Texans would only take 1 of the 3 matchups from the Chaparrals, a 12-inning bout that would end 5-3 in the Texans' favor, but then lose the remaining games 3-5 and 4-6. The Texans would then make a road trip to Kingsville, Texas to take on the A&M Kingsville Javelinas. The Texans would hit a bit of a speed bump in Kingsville as the Javelinas took all 4 games of the series. The Texans will look to bounce back, however, as they take on rival Angelo State right here in Stephenville. Well, that's all the sports talking to play in 1 week. Tune in next time for even more action. Signing off is Channing Flatt.